Yo, what's happening, FableSquad? I am back. I'm sorry I left you so abruptly on the last reaction, but that MGK Demons track literally destroyed my entire life yesterday. I actually didn't know what to do with myself, man. That took me back 25 years. Well, not 25 years. It took me back 15 years, man. That track took me back to when I was a kid, and it just took me back to my life then, man, and it was, there were a lot of hardships in my life when I was at that age, and I was kind of the kind of kid that was on the street, and all I had was my car and my music, man. So, geez, that was something that like just said, this is fire, man. Let's just keep going, man. Awesome, man. Anyway, we've got NF Time, which is, again, like NF is one of my favorite artists of all time. And yeah, man, let's not do this whole thing. Let's just get into it, man. Drop a comment if you like it. Drop a like if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. And guys, don't forget MGK Week happening from Monday. I will drop some more stuff on that soon. All right, guys, let's go. Already feeling very Hans Zimmery. Already. This is very down Hans Zimmer territory.
Even if we both break down tonight, and you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry, I know everything will be alright.
It's one of those. So it's one of those emotional tracks. It looks like it's going to be an emotional track. And I can see this is obviously about relationships, so it must be quite close to home for him. It's probably about his relationship. Yeah, man, let's see where he goes with this.
I'll be here waiting, I promise I'm changing. I just need a little time to show you I'm worth it. I know that I can be a difficult person. I'm a stress case, drive you up the wall when I'm working. Actually, I'm probably worse when I'm not. You don't deserve it, make you nervous cause you know I'ma break soon. Every time I do, I say something that hurts you. Acting like I'm gone, but we both in the same room. I don't like to be wrong, which I know you relate to. And I know I may.
That's the thing. I said this in my last reaction, man. People don't like to be wrong, and I don't understand why. You know what I mean? People don't like to be wrong. The worst thing that ever happened in my entire life was everything that happened in my life was self-inflicted. And the funniest thing is that you tend to always project and you tend to always blame other people and whatever else, but you never just look within. Like, you never look at you and say, wait a second. You know what I mean? Maybe I should look in the mirror and let me just check. Let me first see, before I start pointing fingers, who am I? Like, what am I doing? And I find that you're a human being, man. You're allowed to be wrong. You don't need to be right all the time. And especially in a relationship, man. You can have your argument and whatever else, and sometimes you don't think rationally. But then afterwards, step back and be like, wait a second, I was wrong about this. And go and just drop the rightness. Most arguments are about petty stuff, man. Most arguments start from something really, really small, and then they escalate because people just won't drop their rightness. It's okay to drop your rightness. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to just talk, to have a conversation. There's a saying, you'll get more bees with honey than with vinegar. Fighting just escalates it. You can turn the whole thing down if you can just calm down, accept if you were wrong, or if you're wrong, even if you're not wrong. Just accept that you just want to put it aside and go and actually have a civil conversation. So that's just my take on it, man. Trust me, I've been here. But I've had to learn very quickly that this doesn't work.
You feel like you're at the end of your road. That's when I look at you and tell you I'll be better alone. It's just the pride talking, isn't it? Cause both of us know I'm the definition of wreck. If you look into my soul, comes out the most when I feel I'm in a vulnerable place. Made a lot of mistakes, I wish I knew how to erase. When I'm afraid, might get distant and I push you away. But no matter the case, I'ma do it.
made a lot of mistakes that I don't know how to wish to erase. I never ever want to erase my mistakes, man, because my mistakes taught me things, man. I never ever would like to erase my mistakes, because when I look back, I know how I'm going forward. You know what I mean? I don't use the past as a hitching post. I use the past as a guidepost. So the way I look into my future is I look into my past. I don't want to be there again. I don't want to do this again. No, I want to keep moving forward, man. So I've got to use my past as a reference. Never use your past as a hitching post, man. A lot of people say, I'm not doing this because my dad did this to me, or my mother did this to me, or they did this to me. You know what I mean? Drop the blame game, man. Use the past as a guidepost, not as a hitching post.
Whatever it takes, even if both break down tonight, and you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry.
Never go to bed angry, but I'll talk about that just now.
Know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting. I promise I'm changing. I just need time.
I really like that chorus. I just need time.
Yeah, way before I bought you the ring, we were fighting back and forth like you were wearing a thing. Two passionate people, not afraid to say what they think. Lead a passionate conversation when it's hard to agree.
It could be hectic, man. Two passionate people are, when people are very, very similar, when people say like, no, we don't have much in common and whatever else. But also what happens in relationships, if you've got too much in common, especially the fiery, passionate side, that can also turn out to be a problem. My father and my mother also were just heavily, heavily fiery people. It never worked. Never ever worked. And not just never worked, it was so destructive that it was just detrimental to everyone. You know what I mean? So, and then you're dealing with people who also just won't drop their rightness. It's a hard recipe. It's a hard recipe when you've got that type of thing. But hey, love is love, man. Love is blind. You can't let your brain control your heart, man.
You know me well, sitting on the edge of my seat, looking at life, overanalyzing everything. Always depressed, trying to find a better version of me. Searching for something I know's probably right in front of my feet. Stubborn as me, yes. Maybe not, but
I'm always depressed trying to find a better version of me without even realizing that it's sitting right in front of my feet. You are the only person that can be a better version of you, man. You need to look at yourself first. Drop the blame game.
Close to it, got a lot of issues I'm trying to work through them. Going to therapy for you something that's worth doing. When I know you've been there for me through all of my worst moments, and I know it hurts knowing that I carry this weight on my chest, making it difficult for me to open up and connect. A lot of regrets, I apologize for all of the stress. That's not what I meant to do. You know I love you to death, even if both break down to
this moment right here. Let me just bring it back. Just wait for me a second. How many of us have been in this moment? This moment right here. Everyone's been in this moment. Now, this moment can change. It can either be like this and escalate, or it can change within a split second. And I'll tell you why. Because, like I said before, you catch more bees with honey than with vinegar. And people are afraid. And one thing I've also noticed, and it used to be with me, man. I used to be afraid of vulnerability. I used to be afraid of, I had to be this tough guy, and I had to argue and have that argumentative streak to me. And not to say that I don't have it, but I also know when to drop it. And the funny thing is, there was a day in my life that I had to learn what vulnerability really meant. That I needed people on my side. And I couldn't do it by backing them up into a corner. I just reached my breaking point. And it's almost like, when you have a butterfly, a beautiful, beautiful butterfly just sitting in your hand. Just think about this. If you had a beautiful, beautiful big butterfly, open wings, sitting on the palm of your hand, right? This is the most delicate one of the most delicate creatures on earth, right? And it's sitting in your hand. What's it going to take for you to just crush it? Just crush that butterfly in your hand. Most people can't. Most people can't do it. Why? Because it's beautiful. And beauty is power. Vulnerability is power. It's vulnerable. You could crush it in an instant. In an instant, you could crush it. But it's vulnerable. And because of its vulnerability and its delicateness, it's what makes it so powerful. And that is exactly the same thing in this situation. Turning around and just saying, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm going through things. My head's in the clouds. It's just my whole life's a whirlwind at the moment. Please, I'm sorry, man. Please bear with me. Know what I mean? You then become that little butterfly. Because people respond to that. It's a human emotion, it's a human energy. People respond better to that vulnerability inside someone than to the aggressive person inside somebody. And I know it's hard in an argument, but I promise you, quashing arguments and quashing things, just let your soul show. You know what I mean? Don't use it as a manipulation tactic, but just let your soul show that you are going through things. And at least like that, people understand where you're at. Anyway, I've gone too much into this, but let's go.
Even if both break down tonight, and you say you hate me, and we go to bed angry, I know everything will be alright. I'll be here waiting, I promise I'm changing. I just need time.
I really like that chorus. I must be honest. I love that time chorus.
I just need time.
And I love the way the video is shot with everything. But it's NF. I mean, what else do you expect? I love the concept of taking everything back. It's very cool.
I need time. I just need time. I need time. I just need.
As you get deep into a relationship, man, you kind of forget these beautiful moments that started it. And these are the moments that you need to bring up when times are tough. These beautiful moments. One of the best moments in life, man. Meeting somebody. It's butterflies in your stomach. You know, you can actually just feel fire inside your chest. It's awesome, man. NF Time, man, that was great. Again, NF, he's one of my favorite artists, man. This guy, I told you this before, he's so damn versatile, man. He can sing, he can rap. He's just awesome, man. He makes real music, and that's what I really love about that, man. He talks about every aspect of his life in such different concepts and such different ways. So I love it. I must be honest, not one of my favorites NF tracks. I've got so many others that are my favorites, but it's a good track. I like it. It's a good track. So yeah, man. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Have a phenomenal Friday. I'll see you over the weekend, and I'll be dropping a couple of things for MGK Week. Subscribe, like, comment, post. Peace.